Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, a little bit late. I was panicking, I wasn't in the lobby or anything, so I've just got myself in the lobby while I've started that stream. Phew. So, you've just seen the We Are Driven intro. We are still pushing the Archie's journey. We are still pushing the Bradley Lowry Foundation. Get yourselves over to Facebook, get yourselves on the Archie's Journey page, get yourselves on the We Are Driven page, get yourselves on the Bradley Lowry Foundation page, and go click some buttons and likes and things like that, share it out. And then get yourselves over to www.justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's Journey and drop a little donation on there if you can as well. Thank you very much. Right, tonight's race, Red Bull Ring. Ooh, Red Bull Ring. Tricky circuit, and one of the races is wet. Ouch. Big shout out to the sponsors as well, Team Oliver Racing. The boys Michael and Stuart over there, putting their weight behind this one. Big shout out to Digital Car Culture as well. Big shout out to CJW, who is running the Pro-Am lobby for us tonight. So I'm running Pro, CJ is running Pro-Am. Right, let's have a look at points then. So after round 5, TNR Philo leading the way with 173 points. Potomac Pot hot on his tail though with 161. Sitting in second, NRT Bobby is on 147 points. 10 points back from him in fourth is Jambu with 137 points. Another 10 points back in fifth is Ben Cosgrove with 127 points. Full Send 87 sitting in sixth with 121. Fat Pickles Bro has got 99 points. He's sitting in seventh. We've got Perzel 288 in eighth. He's got 81 points. Surf Ev in ninth with 73 points. CRT Miggins in 10th with 68 points. We've got John Raz with 67 points. We've got G Marge in 12th with 65 points. TRG Obi-Wan 62 points for 13th. Punani 14th. He's got 56 points. And then 15th place CRT Millerman 38 points on the board. Right. Still got stickers. Still got shirts. Stickers, shirts. Let's get in this lobby quick. Because like I say, I'm running a little bit late. But we're in now. We're in now. So, 15-minute quali. 2 races for you lot. We've got the first race of 15 minutes. Ooh, qualifying in the wet as well. Is it race 1 that's... Have I got it messed up? Is it race 1 that's in the wet? Not race 2. One of these races is in the wet. It doesn't matter which one. Tricky circuit in the dry, this circuit, and with the rain coming down as well, that should make it a little bit trickier. Let's have a quick flick, see who's in the room. Got Potomac Pot, CRT Millerman, Perzel, Bobby, TRG Obi-Wan, Ben Cosgrove, Fat Pickles Bro, NGR Jambu, Surf Ev, G Marge, Punani, and CRT Miggins. Why are you doing that to me, PlayStation? I don't like you doing online saves without me saying anything. Stop it. Right, let's get ourselves on track. NRT Bobby spinning out. Let's put the usual gubbins on. So Bobby, first man on the hot laps. Nobody actually put a time in yet. Lamborghini then for Bob. Perzel in the BMW behind. Punani in the McLaren. We've got TRG Obi-Wan in the Mercedes. Ferrari of Ben Cosgrove driving for Team DCC. We've got Jambu sitting in the Beamer as well. The Star Wars livery. CRT Miggins driving for CRT. Sitting in the Jag. Corvette for Surfer Ev. Got Fat Pickles Bro in another Mercedes. CRT Millerman gone for the Mustang. Potter McPot in another Corvette. G Marge in another McLaren. And only 12 drivers on track tonight. 3 missing, unfortunately. Oh, no TNR Philo. Hopefully we get a couple of late turners uppers. So Jambu currently stuck himself on pole position with a 139.5. Let's just go back a few drivers. Come on, get me a bit further back. There we go. We'll go for a lap on board with G Marge then, just to show you what they've got to contend with. Into turn 1. Again, a little bump on the way through there. Wet as well. These rear-wheel drive cars really don't like putting the power down when it's wet. Great big puddles they've got to contend with as well. So down this long straight towards turn 2. Even tighter corner coming up now as well. Off camera as it dips around the top. Again, got to be so tentative of when you put the power on through there. You'll see 1 or 2 drivers spinning it up, I can guarantee it. Down towards turn 3 then. Potter McPot just hanging out of the way, letting G Marge come through. On the brakes down towards turn 3. Again, just got to be careful not to run it out too wide here. The turn 1 and turn 2, not too bad if you run it out wide. Yes, you'll pick up a penalty, but it shouldn't slow you down too much. Well, unless you hit a curb and go spinning. But the rest of the corners, as you can see, have got a great big sand pit to play with if you do get it wrong. Into turn 4 then, through to turn 5. And straight into turn 6. Again, oh, sideways a little bit there for G Marge coming out of turn 6. Down towards the last couple of corners then. How much speed does he carry through turn 7? Not a lot, 80 miles an hour. Down towards this final turn, again, great big dip on the way through here. Blam, just there, can unsettle the car. Oh, there you go, fishtailing out. Kept control of it though, G Marge. And he's put himself an 8th position timing of 140.7. That is a lap of Red Bull Ring in the wet. So Ben Cosgrove going fastest overall so far, 139.355 for him. Jambu has got himself 2nd. He was pole, but has just been pipped by Ben. 139.550 for him. Potter McPot got 3rd. He's on a 139.630. NRT Bobby is on a 139.766 for 4th. Fat Pickles 139.9 for 5th. CRT Millerman 140.5. We've got CRT Miggins 7th, 140.6. G Marge we've just been on board with for a 140.7. Obi-Wan has got a 140.7 as well. Rizzle of paper between himself and G Marge. So if Ev sitting in 10th, he's got a 141.1. Perzel 11th, 141.3. And Punani a 141.7. Able to go quicker that lap. So yeah, I think these drivers are just struggling to put the power down a little bit in qualifying due to the weather. It is what it is. Bobby then going quickest at 138.915. Bob almost half a second quicker than Ben. That's a fair old chunk to be taken out of someone's time there, Bob. What can Ben do? Does sound good, that Ferrari. I'll just stay on board while he comes through this next timing line. See what he puts in, whether he's going to go quicker. Sliding through turn 4. has 0.3 of a second quicker than Bob at the minute. Can he maintain that pace in these wet conditions? Ferrari been very, very stable this season. Ben Cosgrove and TNR Philo both using it for Team DCC. Getting good results in it as well. Still keeping it clean there, Ben Cosgrove. Has he kept it clean enough? Up towards the line then. He has, but not as much as he did have. Only 400ths faster than Bob. Still got a few minutes left of quali as well. Only 8 minutes 45 in. 15-minute quali. Plenty of laps left to try and better that. So Bob's hitting himself on pole. Bags, evening brother, how you doing? Well, apart from feeling like crap. Apart from that bit, obviously. Where's NRT Bobby then? Can he do anything about that? Just under 6 minutes left of quali. Potter then being pushed down to 4th, but he's coming in for a fresh set of tyres. Fat Pickles holding that 5th. CRT Miggins holding 6th. Surfer F 7th. Herzl is sitting in 8th position. Millerman just coming in the pits as well, looking for a fresh set of tyres. G Marsh pushed down to 10th now. A few drivers going quicker than him. Obi-Wan in 11th. Punani in 12th. Bit of a penalty to lose as well. Ben Cosgrove coming in, fresh set of tyres for him. Bobby in the pits as well, looking for a fresh set. Cool. You hang about as long as you need, Bags. 138.835 then on the clock for Ben Cosgrove while we look at an empty pit box. Potter McPot back out on the racetrack. Fresh set of intermediates on board for him. Just going to have a look at the waffle for this race because I think I've got it all wrong. Is it qualifying wet, race 1 wet, or has he been an absolute evil genius and gone wet qualifying, dry race 1 and then wet race 2? Hold on, let me just scan back a million miles through this chat. Qualifying is in the rain. Oh, okay, race 1 is in the rain. All right. Race 2 is sunny. Oh, Potter. Next season, chop that up. I've just seen your message, Baggy, but I'm obviously not going to start reading that out and chatting to you about whatever that is. So, can anyone unseat the single lonely DCC driver tonight? No TNR Philo to keep him company. He's holding his own at the minute though. Bobby's sitting in second, 138.877, so he is finding time. Laps have slowly increased or decreased in time. Obviously increased his speed. Jambu holding third on that 139.285. BMW working quite well around here. Potter McPot still 4th, not been able to beat that lap 2 time. It was a good race last night. It was a good race. Ghost Rider, evening brother, how you doing? Good luck, Obi. Oh, flick past him. There he is, sitting in 8th. Oh, he's gone quicker, 139.9. He was sitting in 11th a second ago. He has got himself a 139.0 on the clock, but obviously picked up a penalty somewhere. So he has got the pace. Can he hold on to the Jedi powers this week? What you need to tell him to do, Ghost Rider, is leave his lightsaber at home. That's got to be weighing a ton, surely. He's probably got R2-D2 in the car next to him. It is his droid, after all. Here he is, a current pole sitter. And our Bobby trying to better that. He's got. He's only got. Oh, chucking it through there, Bob. Absolute full send for Bobby. That's not going to do his lap times any good. It looked pretty damn cool. 140.9 for Bob. Time slowly ticking away. Then we are 14 minutes into qualifying. Bob's absolutely going for a drift to Tron round there, but he's spun it round. And that is going to probably be Bobby's qualifying over and done with. Jambu still got a chance to put a lap in. Pot's also out on a hot lap. Let's see what he's got. He might be able to cross the line and get himself another one in, actually, Potter. A little bit sideways through there. Running to those track limits, trying to get the power on but not spin out. Unfortunately, that is his quickest lap of the race, or qualifying. That puts him still in fourth. 139.445 for Potter. Looks like he's chucked that one away as well, a little bit sideways out of turn one. Still keeping it hammered down there though. He's down by half a second. Oh, Philo's in the house. Philo's turned up. Lastminute.com for Philo. Cool, blimey. Well, it's affecting him, TRG Obi-Wan, I think. I think maybe he's messing about with it in the car, not concentrating enough, swinging it about and stuff. Poking it in R2-D2's robotic eye thing. Sneaky Philo. He's not going to get a chance for a qualifying lap, so that is going to put him at the back of the pack. But Ben Cosgrove gets his teammate back. Lastminute.com Philo. So it's going to be Ben on pole, NRT Bobby second, Jambu in third, Potter in fourth, CRT Miggins trying to rape a set of tyres off in fifth. You watch me get a strike for that. You watch me get a strike. Fat Picklesbro in sixth. We've got G Marge in seventh. Are you still out on a hot lap, G Marge? What have you got? It's not a quick one. It's a 140.4 for him. So he stays in seventh. TRG Obi-Wan eighth. CRT Millerman sitting in ninth. We've got Surfer Ev trying to take a set of tyres out as well in 10th. Purcell in 11th. Punani 13th. Sneaky beaky Philo. Here he is. He's going to turn up. Shake the rain off. Cause issues because he's quick, is Philo. There we go. No chance for a qualifying lap for Philo then. He's only on his out lap. Potter talking about starting the race. Here we go then. Race starting. No hot lap for Philo. He's going to start from the back of the pack then. Let's see what he can make of race one. 15 minutes. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's laps. It's about 15 minutes. It's not minutes. It's laps. So Ben on pole. NRT Bobby second. Jambu third. Potter fourth. Let's see what they can do here. Just wait for these lights to drop. We're getting the revs up already. Oh, no lights. All right. Screw you, game. Paul Twig, evening brother, how you doing? Bobby then slots himself up the inside of Ben Cosgrove into turn 1. Ooh, Fat Pickles get... Oh, we've got chaos. Someone's backwards. Ben Cosgrove's backwards. Running a bit slow as well. Jambu's just piled into the back of him as well, unfortunately. Luckily, nobody picking up damage. But Ben Cosgrove almost at the back of the pack. Let's get ourselves up front, see what's happening. Bobby out front then. Potter McPot has got himself through to second, 2.4 seconds back. G Marge into third, he's had a great start. Philo into fourth, he's had an even better start, going from the back. Punani has slotted himself into fifth, TRG Obi-Wan sixth. So there, that chaos into turn 1 has really shaken this pack up already. TRG Obi-Wan sixth, Surfer Ev seventh, Fat Pickles in eighth. He went all over the place into turn 1, possibly looking to avoid contact. Ended up on the grass, and I'm not sure whether you clattered into the wall, but no damage on board for Fat Pickles. Lucky. CRT Millerman in 9th, CRT Miggins in 10th. Got Ben Cosgrove 11th after that incident, sending him backwards. Jambu in 12th and Purzel 13th. Settled down now, thankfully. So Bobby 2.5 seconds out front. Potter stretched out already. He's got himself 1.2 seconds over third place G Marge. I think this is going to be the man to watch. TNR Philo from the back of the pack, avoiding all that chaos. And he's got himself into fourth position, vying for third. And we're only just started lap 2. Punani under pressure from Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan looking for that 5th position. Goes for a little look up the inside. Punani's outbraked himself, but Obi-Wan's outbraked himself a little bit as well. We've got, who's that coming up the inside? Got Fat Pickles, 3 wide. Oh no, Punani not carrying enough speed. So Fat Pickles running side by side with Obi-Wan down the hill. So Obi-Wan made the position up. But that little bit of outbraking has just cost him that position again as Fat Pickles comes through to take that 5th off him. Jambu's made his... Oh, no, is that... Maybe you come from Punani. You must have got an amazing exit out of turn 3. Oh, TRG Obi-Wan running wide there, losing positions now. He's right in the thick of it at the minute. Miggins and Millerman right behind him, and Purzel as well up into 12th. What's happened to Surfer Ev? Now all the way back in 13th. No damage, so it looks like he spun himself off track in that big heavy Corvette. The truck axle in the back of that thing, swinging it around pretty easily, I can imagine. NRT Bobby, the Lamborghini, working wonders here. 3.5 second lead as we hit lap 3. Potter McPot also pulled a little bit more time from G Marge, but can't do anything about that Italian stallion in front. So G Marge holding that third position. Philo's not managed to squeeze his way past yet. Fat Pickles cleanly into 5th. Ben Cosgrove back up into 6th. Can he get himself? He was sitting on pole at the start of this race. Ended up backwards in turn 1. Punani also starting quite near the back, but he's got himself up to 7th. CRT Miggins, ooh, very close to taking out the rear end of NGR Jambu. He was sitting right at the back of the pack a minute ago as well. It was Jambu and Purzel in 12th, 13th, I believe. Jambu's all the way up to 8th. CRT Miggins 9th. Here's TRG Obi-Wan, unfortunately, losing positions, down in 10th at the minute. A little mistake at this circuit can cost you, especially when they're so tightly packed as they are at the minute in that midfield. CRT Millerman in 11th. Perzel hanging on to the back end of this group. And unfortunately, Surfer Ev now 8.3 seconds down. Bobby then still leading. He's had a little bit of his time taken out. He regains it straight through there. Potter McPot lost a bit of time to G Marge as well. Suddenly finding its feet, the McLaren here starting to pull a gap from the Ferrari behind. I've forgotten my coffee. That's going to be going cold. Philo 4th then, Fat Pickles in 5th. Ben Cosgrove still 6th, not able to close that gap up on Fat Pickles yet. Where's Jambu? He's miles down the road. I thought they were side by side coming through there. It's pretty close in that battle behind. Obi-Wan looking to come back through the pack. He was pretty close to the back end of CRT Miggins through turn 3 and again through turn 4. Gets a good line. Oh, Punani got it wrong somewhere, running a bit slow, so Obi-Wan and CRT Miggins are going to come through and take that position, or are they? Punani now carrying good speed. And back in front of Obi-Wan. Both of these drivers have lost time to CRT Miggins. Punani then holding on to that 9th. I thought TRG Obi-Wan had got the move done. Punani pulling it out of the bag though. So Perzel 11th, CRT Millerman in 12th. Perzel making up a position. Surfer Ev pulling time back now, 6.6 seconds back. So yes, these clawed, what was it, 2 seconds he pulled back? Bobby having a nice comfortable race at the minute, 3.4 seconds behind. Clean racetrack in front. Halfway through race 1 already. Fastest lap on the board for Bob. Bobby getting his setup just right by the looks of it. Potter McPot then 2nd, still holding about 2 seconds from G Marge. G Marge has extended his gap from TNR Philo. That gap up to a 2nd. Fat Pickles is 2 seconds back. He's now got Ben Cosgrove, who has closed that gap up, just half a second back for Ben. If he stays here, he should be able to get a good enough toe off of Fat Pickles to get the move done up this start-finish straight, I would have thought. Get on board and see what he can do. Oh, it's fishtailed out of the final turn. Fat Pickles just drives off down the road. So no chance of going for that manoeuvre now. Will come out of that camera view. Put himself under a little bit more pressure from Jambu behind as well in that 7th position. He's now only half a second back. We'll go on board with him as they hit this big long straight towards turn 2. Closing up for Jambu. Maybe a little bit too far back to make the move. No, he's going for it. Slings one up the inside. Can he keep it? Ben Cosgrove slots one back down the inside. Carries better speed as well. Jambu was a good effort, Jambu. But Ben Cosgrove keeps that 6. Trying again down towards turn 3 though is Jambu. Got to be careful through there. He's backed off, allowed Ben to keep it. Hot on his tail though as on the exit. Again, Ben Cosgrove fishtailing the rear end of that Ferrari, trying to get the traction down. Same for Jambu. These rear-wheel drive Gr3s really don't like this wet circuit. Oh, and again for Jambu. Flipping heck. Jambu's chopping at the wheel over in Germany. Austria. Whatever it is. Right, let's go and see then. Bobby had his time reduced down to 2.5 seconds. A little bit of a mistake from him then. Or has Potter just been able to... He's got some consistent 139s on the board, Potter. Let's flick up to Bob. Yeah, last lap on 140. So yeah, he's put a foot wrong somewhere. He's pulled that gap straight back up to 3 seconds though. Still G-Marge in third. Philo hasn't got anything for G-Marge at the minute. He's had an excellent start as Philo started from the back of the pack. Chaos in turn one has allowed him to, I don't know how he did it, thread his car through the chaos and up into fourth. While his teammate, who started at the back of the pack, at the front of the pack on pole, ended up backwards in turn one. And he's just got it a little bit wrong there as well, unfortunately. Made his way all the way back up to 6th. And he's just lost a position to Jambu. So back down to 7th then for Ben Cosgrove, driver for Team DCC. So 11.5 minutes. Bobby. These drivers still struggling to get this power down. Obviously, Gran Turismo doesn't create a dry line for us, which is a bit of a shame. So losing a bit more time for G-Marge, now 2.4 seconds back. The same for TNR Philo, he's now 2.6 seconds back. Fat Pickles is closing the gap up. Jambu is closing the gap up. CRT Miggins thought about having a go at Ben Cosgrove then as well. And Obi-Wan pulled another position back, and he's only 1.5 back from CRT Miggins. Could get a little bit fighty by the end of this race. Drivers starting to close up on each other. 12.5 minutes into race 1. 8 laps of... sorry, I keep talking about time. It's not times, it's laps. 8 laps of 15 we're on to. So still plenty of time for positions to change here then. Bobby's still rolling around comfortably at the front. 3.5 second gap. Potter unable to close him in. Still putting in a little bit of time from third place G-Marge. Philo can't do anything about it. Fat Pickles is definitely closing this gap up. Jambu's 2 seconds back as well. Alright, we'll have to keep an eye on these gaps. Pickles getting a good exit, closing down on TNR Philo down this start-finish straight. Loses a little bit of time through turn 1. But Jambu from 2 seconds down to 1.7. He is absolutely storming. Closing right up on Fat Pickles. Gap down to 1.4 as he exits turn 2. Ben Cosgrove sitting in 7th. 2 seconds either side for him. He's got CRT Miggins behind him. TRG Obi-Wan 1.7 seconds back, so he's lost a couple of tenths again as Obi-Wan. Punani sitting in 10th. Millerman is only a second back from him as well. Just got to be a little bit careful for Punani. Surfer Ev in 12th. He's made up a position. Purzel, have you been in for tyres, Purzel, or are they just not very worn out? Nope. Oh no. Why have you got a 2:23? Have you been in the pits? Possibly a fresh set of tyres on for Purcell. Bobby sticking in another fastest lap, 1:39.140 for him. Lost another half a second to Potter. So tiny little mistakes creeping in for Bob. He's got lap 7 and lap 8 were identical times. 1:40. Oh, that's Potter's. Apologies. 1:40.047 for Potter. Two of them. Another 10th chopped out of Bobby's time. 2.9 seconds the gap. Great big gap developed behind. TNR Philo now 3.6 seconds back from G Marge. Fat Pickles just 1.2 seconds back. Jambu also closed that gap right up, less than a second. Ben Cosgrove still 2 seconds back. Pulled a little bit more time again from CRT Miggins. Obi-Wan's lost a tenth or two again. So this is the fight I want to watch at the minute. The fight between TNR Philo, Fat Pickles and Jambu. Can Ben Cosgrove get himself back in this fight? He's only 1.5 seconds back now. Putting in some purple sectors. 1.3 seconds sideways out of turn 6. Is closing back up on Jambu in front. Jambu still 1.2 back from Fat Pickles. Fat Pickles still 1.1. He's only a second back from TNR Philo. Philo's gone wide. Oh, don't get it sideways. He's going to have lost a bit of time and speed due to that. Fat Pickles then closing up. He's hanging it over to that right-hand side of the circuit. Can Fat Pickles use the speed? No, he backs off just before turn 2. Where's everyone else? There's Jambu carrying good speed through there. Fat Pickles not getting the best exit. Jambu also not getting a great exit. TNR Philo, on the other hand, disappears down the road, stretches his lead back up to a second. Fat Pickles having to go defensive from Jambu. Let's change that up a little bit so we're not just looking at a great big rear spoiler. Down towards turn 4 then, kicking up the spray in Jambu's face. Thought about going down the inside. Again, just got to be so careful of where you put the power on here. Closes up again, Jambu. TNR Philo now 1.3 seconds in front of this fight. So the little bit of defensive driving that Fat Pickles has had to do has allowed Philo to disappear a little bit. Jambu 0.7 of a second. So well within slipstream range. Ben Cosgrove closing up as well behind. Not long enough this straight. He needs a good exit out of turn 2 to make it work down the straight towards turn 3. A little bit sideways, both drivers spinning the wheels up, but it does look like a slightly better exit for Fat Pickles. Jambu's still in that slipstream range, so it starts kicking in again now, but he didn't have the best of exits out of turn 1. And that's the place to do it. Almost pushes Fat Pickles around there. Oh, spins those rears up. Again, Jambu not able to roll past him. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's broken your eyes as well as mine. There are some nice looking cars here, mate. Yeah, there are. Any of them yours, by the way? NRT Bobby, gap down to 2.4 seconds between himself and Potter. have seen Bob just been able to pull that time back. Oh, he's struggling on the rears of that Lamborghini though. Potter McPot is in a very similar situation. His rear's looking a little bit worn out now. But he is closing up on NRT Bobby in front. Still pulling time from third place G Marge, who is still pulling time from TNR Philo. Jambu's past Fat Pickles. What's happened to Fat Pickles? He was out front. Jambu through. Fat Pickles in 6th then. Ben Cosgrove now in slipstream range of Fat Pickles. So he's going to have to watch it. On board with Ben Cosgrove then. Half a second gap between himself and Fat Pickles. All the way down into first gear through there. Slow that car right down. Fat Pickles slinging himself over to the right hand side of the track. But Ben Cosgrove getting a great exit. Fat Pickles having to go defensive into turn 3. Can Ben Cosgrove slot one up the inside? It looks like he can. Carries better speed through there than Fat Pickles, so up into 6th for Ben Cosgrove. Fat Pickles 7th. And now he has got 1.9 seconds in front to Jambu to try and hunt down. Fat Pickles is coming back at him though through into turn 5, turn 6. He's got a good line through there. All over the rear end of Ben Cosgrove as they come down to these last couple of turns. Does a slot one up the inside into the penultimate corner. He's not going to do it in the final turn either. Oh, Fat Pickles. Did you lose the rear end there, or were you looking for a drier line? Either way, you've lost a bit of time to Ben Cosgrove in front. Put yourself under pressure from CRT Miggins sitting in 8th. Jag. Bobby. Gap down to 1.9. Potter McPot will be thinking about flashing his lights, looking at that podium. There you go, look, Bob's just pulled another 2 seconds over, 0.3 of a second over Potter. Lamborghini does seem to be getting its traction down pretty well. Obviously Bob has made a couple of mistakes. 140 was his last lap, 140.3. So the rears of Bobby's and Potter's car both really suffering now. Again, the gap down to 1.9 seconds. Potter does look like he runs a little bit better through the turns, even though his car's struggling to... Boy, it's trying to spit him off track by the looks of it. Maybe Bobby's is running faster down the straights. It is tuning allowed, so you can do whatever you want to these cars. Potter McPot inches away from the grass. 1.8 seconds the gap. Onto the final lap then. Bobby keeps it clean through turn 1. Pulls that gap. It was just over 2 seconds. Comes down to 1.7, 1.6. Is Potter able to pile on enough pressure? Bobby must be flapping behind that wheel. He's had a comfortable gap for pretty much the whole race. And it's coming down rapidly in this final lap. He just pulled a bit of extra time there. Here they are then, coming down towards turn 3. That is the gap between first and second. G Marge just in the background in third as well. Pulling more time over Potter. It's looking better and better for NRT Bobby. Gap back down to 1.6. Oh, Potter sideways out of that turn. G-Marge still holding third, Philo fourth, Jambu fifth. Again, Potter's car trying to spit him off track. Jambu, oh, you were taking that turn wide. Bobby then, he's got 2 more turns to go. Gap down to 1.5 seconds. He's just got to keep these 2 clean. Still Potter's car's trying to kill him. Bob then, gap down to 1.4 seconds by the time they come down to the line. Bob takes the win. Potter comes home second, closing up on Bob by the end. G-Marge takes third. Again, everyone getting a little bit squiffy out of the corners. Philo only just hanging on to fourth. Jambu right on his tail for fifth. Ben Cosgrove also just hanging on to sixth with CRT Miggins and Fat Picklesbro looking for that. CRT Miggins seventh, Fat Picklesbro eighth. Obi-Wan takes ninth. CRT Millerman takes 10th. Surfer Ev is going to come home 11th. Managed to spin himself off track early on as well. It was a good 8 seconds down was Surfer. So Surfer taking that 11th. We wait for Punani and Purzel. Punani comes home to take 12th. For Punans and Purzel just round in the final turn. Taking 13th for Purzel. So race 1 done. A little bit of a break and then we jump into race 2. Reverse grid. And the top 3 from race 1 carry over extra weight into race 2. Oh, but it's dry. It's a dry race. That'll cheer the drivers up. Yeah, I bet Bobby was flapping by the end of that one, seeing that time come down. Losing so much so quickly. Did Obi-Wan catch Jambu by the looks of it? Good drive from Bob though, managed to get himself out front in turn 1. Be interesting to find out whether Ben Cosgrove's mistake, I'm not saying it's a mistake, Ben Cosgrove's incident at turn 1, lap 1, was self-inflicted or other parties involved. Not too sure. I just saw Ben backwards as the camera flipped over. I saw a flashing car. Turned out to be Ben. Who's out on track having a sneaky lap? Who's having a sneaky lap in the dry? Oh, they're not. They're having a sneaky lap in the wet. It's Purzel. You don't want to be practicing in the wet. We're going to be going to a dry track. Well done, Bob. One for the Ducks. Yep, one for the Ducks. He's probably got Georgie on the passenger seat. But yes, a tricky Red Bull. Nobody really, well, like I say, apart from the little off from Surfer Ev and whatever happened to Ben Cosgrove early on. Pretty clean. Everyone keeping it pretty much pointing the right way. Yeah, so top 3 carry extra weight over and start from the back of the pack. Does does mean it's going to hurt their tyres a little bit. So Bob, Potter and G Marge all carry... G Marge is saying he's done +5 on the weight. I'm not sure quite what the settings are. I think it's +5, +6, +7. I could be lying. Obviously Bob will be carrying the most weight, Potter the second most, and G Marge the third. And starting from the back as well. I don't know what happened in turn 1. I kind of saw Fat Pickles bro going for an avoiding move up the inside at turn 1, ploughed himself into the wall, but I don't think, I'm sure you were already backwards, my friend. But yeah, I was just saying it'd be interesting to find out what happened to you, because I don't know. My replay function doesn't work. If I press the replay function, if I use the replay function, it just takes me back to the start of the race, regardless of what I try. So yeah, someone saved the replay so we can find out whether Ben was punted or not, because he doesn't know himself. There you go. So someone did spin you around. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure who, mate. Obviously, it's a great big gaggle of cars coming into turn 1 on a wet circuit as well. Oh no, terrible, terrible, terrible. And whoever it was should have waited. That's kind of the rules, but if you don't know who it was and I don't know who it was, well, we're going to have to wait for the replays to come in. What are they giving us? Are giving us a race start at 21:30. All right, we've got 8 minutes to waffle through. So we'll waste a little bit of that time with this. And then we'll jump into a bit of that. T-shirts available, people. T-shirts available. Extra large, large, mediums, and smalls. But only a few smalls and only a few extra larges. Loads of stickers. If you want a sticker, hit me up. Stickers are £3 a pair, and the shirts are going to be 22 quid with a free sticker and free postage. So give us a shout, and I'll send you one out. Well, that's 2 minutes wasted. You like them, Paul? Good, aren't they? I designed them. Well, not the second sticker, not the bottom one out of those two. The design was actually made. The Tell Your Mates, Tell Your Mum was actually put together by Reg GT from the P1 boys, and I liked the design so much I used it as a sticker. And then our man Dave Robinson over at Infinity Decals, big shout out to Dave at Infinity Decals, decided to take some LSD and turn it into that. I think that's pretty much what he did, and that's the outcome. So there's the stickers, there's the shirts. I designed them myself. They're bad. I've got to say that. They're bad. Back to the race. Popped belly size 2. Kind of. They've got give in them, Paul. Let's say that, shall we? They've got give. Oh, who's that going backwards? Oh, that was CRT Millerman in the Jag, I believe. Getting it all backwards in turn 2. Sorry, turn 1. Yeah, so if you fancy a bit of merch, get yourselves on the Facebook page, Dark Smoker obviously, or get hold of me on the MRC pages or P1 or any of the sim racing groups. Give me a shout. Message me up, peeps. So, 2 different compounds of tyre have to be used, and you're not allowed to enter the pits before the end of lap 5. You can come in for fuel and repairs. Again, damage is on heavy in these lobbies, but no tyres. Naughty, naughty, sneaky boys. Web shop? Rick, who the hell do you think I am? I'm sitting in my spare room with a box of t-shirts next to me, brother. Web shop, you crazy. PM me, brother. PM me. Web shop. You've been smoking crack. Stop it. Yeah, I'm not lying. That's the box of t-shirts right there. Alright. And that's a bag of stickers, like a big block of 500 stickers. Blam. Sugar. Chucking stuff around me. The spare room. Do that, Ricky boy. Do that, Ricky boy. Obviously, I'm not going to be answering you before this stream's ended, so don't be impatient. Might cost you a little bit more, though, Ricky boy, because you're over in the Holland, aren't you? So it might cost you an extra quid or two for postage over there, my friend. I've got to send some to where we got to send them. Greece, somewhere else, foreign as well, but I can't. Oh, Germany, I've got to send them to as well. So yeah, there's I'll send them worldwide if you want them. I sent the last load of stickers out worldwide. They all went. Del boy. Well, you know, got to try and sell it, ain't I? Hey. Mange 2, Rodders. Mange 2, yeah? We will get it sorted. I've sent t-shirts out to Holland before, mate. It's not an issue. What time we got? Am I about to miss the start of the race? Yeah, I'm not far off actually. Get ourselves in this lobby so we don't miss the start of the race. As we see Potter ghosting because he's just about to start this bloody race. Don't forget that we are driven, people. Alright? Don't forget we are driven. Forget Potter. Don't look at Potter. Alright, we are driven. Get yourselves over. Get yourselves on the Bradley Lowry Foundation page. Get yourselves onto the Archie's Journey page as well, damn it. And then get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's Journey and drop a donation on there. Good. Shout out to the new subscribers as well. I was at, what was that yesterday? 556, I think. And then after the Clash of the Teams race last night, up another 4. Thank you, people. Appreciated. One day when YouTube start paying me my 35 pence a year, I might be up to about 37 pence a year now, I can retire. Liked and shared. Good lad. Drop them likes, people. 6 people watching. I can only see 3 likes. That's not cricket. And I've just refreshed and there's still only 3 likes, damn it. It's 4 likes now because I've just liked my own video. I don't know if that's allowed. Here we go then. Potter giving the shout. Everyone ready? Get everyone on track. And here we go. Race 2, reverse grid. Top 3 from race 1. Carry extra weight over into race 2 as well. Potter McPot having a little sneaky start there just behind the hill where nobody could see him. So Purcell's going to lead us off. Got Punani in 2nd. Surfer Ev in 3rd. You're going to give me lights this race, PlayStation? Nope. Alright. Screw you again. I'm just going to have to wait for them to peel off. And they're away. Nobody stuck on the line. That's good to see. Who's going to make a move into turn 1? Surfer Ev in a good position, but Purcell carries good speed side by side through there with Surfer. Surfer actually getting himself slightly further in front. Takes the race lead then. Purcell 2nd, losing out into turn 1. Not able to come back into turn 2. Punani slotting one up the inside though. He's going to chuck himself in. Oh, nearly chucked himself into 2nd, but pushes Obi-Wan slightly wide. Purcell decided to stick his indicator on for no reason. So Surfer Ev leading, Purcell 2nd, Punani 3rd, TRG Obi-Wan in 4th, 3 wide into turn 3, you maniacs. TNR Philo in 5th, CRT Mig in 6th. Oh, Obi-Wan, Jedi powers escaping him. Down into 6th himself now. 7th now, Ben Cosgrove getting through. Oh, dropping positions again, Obi-Wan. So Ben in 6th. CRT Millerman 7th, Obi-Wan just holding on to 8th by the skin of his teeth. NRT Bobby in 9th looking for a way past. Potter in 10th looking for a way past as well. Jambu in 11th, Fat Pickles 13th, G Marge in 14th. 12th and 13th. Not even 14 drivers in the race. Picking up a penalty right at the end of the lap as well there for G Marge. So Surfer gives himself half a second. Purcell through turn 1 then loses a lot of time. Punani all over the back of the BMW as head up towards turn 2. Slots himself up the right hand side. Can he carry the speed? No, he can't. He allows Purcell to keep that position. So 3rd place still for Punani. TNR Philo up to 4th. Higgins in 5th. Ben Cosgrove 6th, Team DCC already way up front. CRT Millerman in 7th, Obi-Wan in 8th, Potter McPot in 9th. What's happened to NRT Bobby? Fat Pickles in 10th, NRT Bobby 8.4 seconds down. Something has happened to Bob. He's got front end damage. Jambu no damage on for him, and G Marge no damage for him. Who did you hit, Bob? Potter almost sideways out of that turn. Fat Pickles looking for a way past. No damage on Fat Pickles, no damage on Potter. Who did you have coming together with, Bob? Oh, who's that? Is that Ben Cosgrove getting it all wrong? He's moved down 2 positions into 8th. No damage on his car, luckily. Was 6th, now 8th. A bit of pressure from Potter and Fat Pickles. Fat Pickles is all over the back end of Potter as well as they run up here. Potter carrying the extra weight from race 1 as well, so it must be hurting him a little bit. And Fat Pickles just spins out in turn 1. He's not put it in the wall, luckily, but it's going to take him a while to put that car straight. He's got cars trying to get past him as well. Down into 12th for Fat Pickles. He's going to have G Marge closing up on him pretty damn quick as well. Might just be able to hold on to this 12th position here, Fat Pickles, as he comes up towards turn 2. And he does. G Marge, unfortunately, not close enough to get that position off him. Unfortunate for Fat Pickles. So Surfer, 1 second, 1.1 from Purzel. Still got his left hand indicator on. So CRT Miggins, 3.1 seconds back. He's got fellow teammate CRT Millerman, only a second back, but he's got TNR Philo for company. Can he hang on to the back of Millerman up this straight? Oh, Millerman getting it wrong out of the final turn. And here comes TNR Philo. Up the inside into turn 1. Who's going to get the position? CRT Millerman outbreaks Philo. Holds on to that 5th then, Philo. Out of any direct danger from TRG Obi-Wan at the minute. Obi-Wan back up into 6th. He gained, maybe he's flung his lightsaber out the window now. Been listening. Closes back up on Philo. Ben Cosgrove back up another position into 7th. Looking to close up on on TRG Obi-Wan as they head down towards turn 3. Potter McPot up into 8th, 2.7 seconds back. Punani trying to hang on to him. He's 1 second back in 9th. NRT Bobby still holding that front end damage. Again, he can come in the pits and get that repaired, but he can't come in for tyres. Sitting in 10th at the minute, Bob. 5.2 seconds back from Punani. Jambu just 1.1 back from Bob in 11th. Fat Pickles after he's off. Now 5 seconds back. Still got G Marge right on his tail. Again, G Marge carrying extra weight over from race 1 as well. So might just be struggling a little bit to find the pace to get past Fat Pickles. Bags eating. Great decal for Archie. Yes, it is. So Surfer having his time chopped into a little bit. Purzel closing up. CRT Miggins now only 2.1 seconds back. Millerman has managed to still pull time from Philo. Philo's got a bit of a penalty to lose. It's going to put him under a tiny bit of pressure from teammate Ben Cosgrove. I'm sure they're fully aware of where each other are on track. Obi-Wan in 7th. He is 1.3 seconds down from Ben Cosgrove. He's got a little bit of a gap between himself and Potter, 2.6 seconds. Potter's managed to pull a gap between himself and Punani as well. Oh, Punani almost outbreaks himself into turn 3. Oh, he has outbreaks himself into turn 3. Loses a bit more time to Potter. Allows Bobby and Jambu to close back up on him. So that gap was approximately 5 seconds. It's now 3. Jambu still all over the back end of Bob. Bob carrying the most weight as well in race 2. G Marge has got himself... Oh, Fat Pickles. Must have spun himself off somewhere else. Now at the back of the pack and 6.9 seconds down. Philo in the pits already. What tyres are you sticking on, Mr. Philo? Where have you gone? So he's going to take the mediums off. Softs or super softs? What have you gone for? Takes on board a blob of fuel. He's just gone for the softs. Okay. First guy to drop himself in the pits then. Surfer Ev still leading. Bit of wear showing on his softs now. Purzel also on the softs. Lost a bit more time, now 1.2 seconds back. CRT boys, Miggins and Millerman. Both drivers on the soft tyre. So So Ben Cosgrove gets himself up into 5th then with TNR Philo pitting. Obi-Wan 6th, Potter 7th, Punani 8th. Bobby lost all that time against Punani, now down to 5 seconds that gap. Jambu still all over the rear end of him. Is there anything he can do to get past? G Marge in 11th. TNR Philo back out the pits, fresh set of boots on board for 12th. And Fat Pickles in 13th. Yet to stop for Fat Pickles. Oh, there's a little bit of glitching going on as well. Maybe that's part of the issue that Fat Pickles has got. Oh, Surfer Ev, we just catch him controlling that big heavy Corvette coming out of turn 1. Puts himself under pressure from Purcell. 0.8 of a second. Oh, a little bit late on the brakes there for Purcell. Surfer Ev getting a better drive. Extends a little bit down towards turn 3. Purcell better on the brakes through there though. Closes back up on Surfer into turn 4. Very equal front and rear on the tyres for Purcell. Just flick on board with Surfer Ev and see what his are looking like. Well, very similar. Quite even front and rear. Purcell closing up on Surfer. 0.3 of a second that gap. Carrying good speed through there as well. Surfer chucks himself over to this right hand side of the circuit, trying to drop the toe from Purcell in front, behind. Closes up into turn 1. Now's the long straight. Can Purcell do it? 0.3 of a second back. He's short shifting, could be looking just to stretch this first stint out, save a bit of fuel, save a bit of tyres tucked in behind Surfer Ev. Not a great exit by either driver. Purcell almost had the chance to stick the power down. He might have spun the rear end up. But again, just hangs on to second place. Looks like he's not too bothered about getting past Surfer Ev. But this is just bringing CRT Miggins. It's only 1.7 seconds back. CRT Millerman also only 0.7 of a second back. So closing up on the top two, dragging Ben Cosgrove with them as well. Big gap back to 6th place between Ben Cosgrove and TRG Obi-Wan, 6.4 seconds. Punani up into 7th. So has Potter stopped or has he spun off track? It looks like he's stopped. Jambu in 8th then. Bobby 9th. Potter, no, Potter hasn't stopped. He has spun himself off track. He's got damage. Hemorrhage in positions as well. All the way down in 12th now for Potter. And he's only got Fat Pickles behind him. Fat Pickles now stopped. Fresh set of softs on board for him. So Surfer Ev still under pressure from Purcell. Again, not too sure whether Purcell's even looking to make a move, but they are still coming under increased pressure from these 3 drivers behind. We've got CRT Miggins, CRT Millerman, and Ben Cosgrove. Ben Cosgrove also tucked right up to the rear wing of that CRT driver. Again, might just be looking to run a bit long, save a bit of fuel and tyres behind CRT Millerman. Oh, he's up the inside there though. Millerman's going to have the inside line into the next turn. There you go. Slightly defensive as well, just to defend off any attack from Ben Cosgrove. Carries good speed all around the outside. Millerman into the pits then. Ben Cosgrove through into 4th. Tiny bit of contact on the way through there. Ben Cosgrove looking not to pick up any damage. So Surfer just punching a hole through the air for Purcell then. CRT Miggins now only 1.2 seconds back. So Ben Cosgrove into 4th, 1.6. See what he can do with his race. Obi-Wan sitting in 5th. Again, these top few drivers not stopped yet. Punani not stopped. Jambu not stopped. Bobby not stopped. Philo has stopped, so first of the drivers. CRT Millerman back out of the pits and holds his 10th position. G Marge still in his pit box. Fat Pickles Bro in 12th. Potter McPot back out of the pits, repaired. Fresh set of soft tyres on board, but he's not going to keep that position for G Marge. I think G Marge just been released from his pit box now. No, so Potter still in 13th. 6.5 seconds, 6.2 seconds. He's a minute down from race leader. Potter McPot smashing himself into a wall somewhere. And now at the back of the pack. Ben Cosgrove in the pits this lap. CRT Miggins in the pits this lap. Ben Cosgrove looks like he actually got in before CRT Miggins. So these two, Purcell and Surfer, off on their own now. 11.2 seconds back to closest rival Obi-Wan. Yet to stop as well for 3rd place driver. Punani is sitting in 4th position, 5.5 seconds back, yet to stop. And here's Philo. Stopped early on, right at the end of lap 5, got rid of the mediums, chucked on the soft tyre. Looks like he's going for a 2-stopper, Philo, not much fuel on board. Bobby not stopped yet either. Damage on board for Bob, holding 6. CRT Miggins in 7th, stopped, fresh set of mediums. Ben Cosgrove in 8th, so Miggins actually got out in front. And took on board more fuel as well, so Ben Cosgrove in 8th. Although for how long, he's right on the rear end of CRT Miggins running down here. Not going to get the move done into turn 3. CRT Millerman 9th. Jambu in 10th. Fresh set of boots on board for him. Softs. Got Fat Pickles. So a reasonably worn set of softs. Just under half a tank. So Fat Pickles looking like he's going for a 2-stopper as well. Top 3 are in now then. Surfer Ev, TRG, Obi-Wan and Purcell. So G Marge, fresh set of mediums on board. Potter McPot on the softs now, 4.4 seconds back from G Marge. TNR Philo takes the race lead but has got to stop again. Picked himself up a penalty as well. Ben Cosgrove, oh no, I thought Ben Cosgrove would come through, but Surfer Ev gets released from his pit box into 2nd. Purcell in 3rd. Big gap developed between those two now. Ben Cosgrove 4th. Again, a little bit of a penalty to lose for Ben. CRT Miggins in 5th. CRT Millerman in 6th. Got Obi-Wan 7th. Jambu in 8th. We've got Fat Pickles 9th. NRT Bobby in 10th. G Marge 12th. Potter McPot, G Marge 11th. Potter McPot in 12th. Punani now 13th. So just stopping for Punani has put him at the back of the pack. Medium tyres for him as well. 4.2 back from Potter. Current race leader, TNR Philo. 14.7 seconds over anybody else on track yet. Still got that penalty to lose, but he has got to take a stop in the next lap or two. Not a lot of fuel on board for him. Who's that? Purzel. No, Purzel's got the final turn all wrong. He's not put it in the wall, luckily, but he's lost an awful lot of places all the way down to 6. Well, sitting in second was Purzel. He won't be happy about that. Oh, almost getting it wrong through turn 1 as well. So Philo still trying to drop his penalty. Is he going to brave out another lap after this? I don't think he's got enough fuel on board. He probably has. So we'll just see whether he chucks himself in the pits this lap. This turn then, does he hang himself over to the right hand side of the track? No, looks like he's going to do another one. Yeah, he's got enough fuel on then. So Surfer Ev in second, 16 seconds down. TNR Philo has actually pulled time over him. It was 14.5. So running fast at the minute, Philo. Very low on fuel, very light car. Surfer Ev in second, then Ben Cosgrove now third. CRT Miggins in fourth. CRT Millerman in 5th, Purzel 6th after his little spin. Put himself under pressure from TRG Obi-Wan though. 0.4 of a second as they head up towards turn 1. Again, good exit for both drivers. Jambu closing back up on this fight as well. He's only 1.5 seconds back. Fat Pickles 8.4 seconds back. Bobby is another 3.5 seconds back. 10th place for Bob. G Margin 11th. Potomac Pot 12th. Closing right up on G Marge. Now only 1.3 seconds back. So over the halfway mark of this one. See if Potter can get any more places back before the end of this race. TNR Philo back in the pits then. Surfer Ev should come through to retake race lead. So it will flick him over into top spot. But it all depends on when TNR Philo is released. Tyres going on now. Blob of fuel as well. Drivers already coming in past pit exit. First, second, third, and probably fourth. Maybe fifth as well, coming past. There it is, Jambu. And Purzel running past TRG Obi-Wan. Looking for that position off of Philo as well as he comes out the pits. Wrong driver. You muppet. Closes up on Purzel. He's got himself past Philo. Philo coming back at him though, down towards turn 3. We'll be getting a little bit of a toe off of Purzel in front. But he backs out there, Philo drops his penalty off instead. And now he's clean to race the rest of this one. Sitting in 8th now though. Surfer Ev leading. But now only 2.6 between himself and Ben Cosgrove. CRT Miggins third, 3.4 seconds back. There's a little bit of a punch-up brewing here. Purzel, Obi-Wan and Philo still. Get ourselves on board with TRG Obi-Wan, looking to get past Purzel. Tiny bit wide. Philo just in the background. Another penalty he's managed to pick up. Tries to lose it through turn 1. Not dropped it all. Purzel just holding on to that 6 from TRG Obi-Wan then. Can Obi-Wan get the power down here? Get it done into turn 2. Closes up, but a little bit too late. Oh, Purcell's got a little bit squirrely out of turn 2 though. Philo didn't. Jesus. Comes flying through. Retakes that 6th position. 2 in 1 then for Philo. Purcell slots himself back into 7th. TRG Obi-Wan 8th. Looking to come back down the inside. Almost 3 wide. Tiny bit of contact between these two. Purcell 8th then. Philo just starting to disappear off. 0.7 of a second gap he's got already. To a second. Philo putting the pressure on in this final stint of the race. See what's happening with his teammate Ben Cosgrove and Surfer. 1.2 seconds. We might have to get ourselves on board with his teammate Ben Cosgrove as he looks for this position. Loses a little bit of time through there. Not quite the cleanest of exits. Towards turn 2 then. Hard on the brakes. Grabs 2/10 around that turn alone. Heading down towards turn 3 then. Surfer Ev doing a good job. He's keeping that time consistent. Still Ben Cosgrove, another 10th. So lap 17 of 22. Surfer Ev still closing that gap up. Ben Cosgrove still closing the gap up on Surfer. Gap down to 0.5. Short start, finish straight for him to gain a little bit more time before he closes up and goes for a move down the 2nd straight. Down towards turn 2. Good exit there for Surfer Ev. 0.6 of a second again the gap. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. Good exit there for Ben Cosgrove. Can he carry the speed down towards turn 2? Gap down to 0.4, 0.3. Is he going to sling one up the inside here? Again, backed out of it. Looking maybe down towards turn 3 again. Looking for a good exit. Not as good as Surfer again. Again, nowhere for him to go. But looking promising for Ben Cosgrove. Almost pushing Surfer around that turn. Surfer having to chuck himself into more and more defensive positions to try and fend off Ben Cosgrove behind. Ben Cosgrove looks like he knows where he wants to make the move. It's almost as if Ben could just decide which corner. Still all over the back end of Surfer Ev. 0.3 of a second as they hit this start-finish straight again to start lap 19. That's another lap Surfer's managed to keep him behind. That's a good exit though by Ben. Side by side as they head up towards turn 2. Surfer Ev's just got the inside line. Who's going to win out here? Surfer Ev just... Oh, he's run himself wide. Ben Cosgrove sticks the power down, gets a little bit squirrely, but holds on to first. Surfer Ev then just trying to outbrake Ben Cosgrove. Ran himself a little bit deep. And now Ben Cosgrove 1.2 seconds out front. Only 3 laps remaining. Surfer Ev second then. CRT Miggins in third. Jambu up into fourth. He's had a bit of a stormer. CRT Millerman in 5th, Philo in 6th. looking for that 5th position off of CRT Millerman. He's done well to hold on to that 5th. Purcell 7th. We've got Bobby in 8th, Potter McPot up into 9th, so a few more positions on the board for Potter. Although, I don't know whether he's got enough fuel on to finish this race. So G Marge pretty close behind him, 1.3 seconds back in 10th. Got Punani in 11th, another 16 seconds back. 3 seconds back from him is Fat Pickles. And then TRG Obi-Wan, what's happened to you? All the way down in 13th place for TRG Obi-Wan. 2 seconds back from Fat Pickles as well. Ben Cosgrove starting to decimate the field. 2.4 second lead over Surfer Ev now. Medium tyres for both drivers. CRT Miggins holding 3rd. Jambu closing up rapidly on him though for that position. So just over half a second between them. TNR Philo 2.2 seconds down. CRT Millerman sitting in 6th. Now not got a Purcell anywhere near him. 7.8 seconds down for Purcell. Must have got turn 1 or turn 2 a little bit wrong. Ben Cosgrove then pulling more time from Surfer Ev. Did a fine job trying to fend him off for a few laps there, Surfer. But yeah, he was just too close to you up that back straight. In the background, we've got CRT Miggins under all sorts of pressure from Jambu. Again, he's outbraked himself. CRT Miggins runs wide. Jambu goes through. TNR Philo might be able to get this position off him as well. Yeah, carrying so much speed out of that turn. CRT Miggins just on the inside line though. Oh, not quite close enough to make that one stick. Oh! Loses the rear end coming out of turn 2 as well. Drops him off the back of TNR Philo and puts him under pressure a little bit more from his teammate CRT Millerman, who is only 2.7 seconds down. And in front, in fact, TNR Philo has carried so much speed he's able to close up on Jambu. Looking for that final podium position then, Philo. Got himself in a good position as well, right behind Jambu. He's got a couple of corners, a couple of places he can go for this move, as long as he sticks closely with Jambu. Oh, he's closing up already along this short straight. Jambu's chucked himself over to the defensive line. There is Philo driving past. Who's going to win out to turn 1? Philo just slots himself into the final podium position then. Onto this final lap. Team DCC got themselves in positions 1 and 3. Final lap to go. No mistakes from Surfer. Should keep him in that 2nd position. TNR Philo's got 2.4 seconds to try and close up on him. Again, final lap, going to be difficult to do. Jambu sitting in 4th and 0.8 of a second back. Miggins in 5th. Millerman 6th. Purcell in 7th. Bobby sitting in 8th. G Marge in 9th. Yeah, Potter's had to come in the pits for fuel. Fat Pickles in 10th. Punani 11th. Obi-Wan in 12th. And Potter McPot. Yeah, he's had to take on a bit of fuel. I didn't think he had enough on board. So back down in 13th for Potter. All going wrong for him, picking up damage early on in race 2. So Ben Cosgrove is going to take the win in race 2. He should have been pretty close to the top in race 1 as well, but got spun out in turn 1. So 3-second lead by the time he comes across the line. First place for Ben. Surfer F is going to come home second. TNR Philo, great drive, comes home for third. Jambu takes fourth. CRT Miggins takes fifth. We've got Millerman for sixth. Perzel rounding that final turn for seventh. Got Bobby coming home for eighth. And sideways. G Marge going to come home for ninth. Backwards as well. Fat Pickles is going to take 10th. Again, as long as nobody spins it off track in the last couple of corners. So Fat Pickles comes home 10th. We've got TRG Obi-Wan for 11th. Punani in 12th. Rolling slowly around this final turn. Crossing the line then for Punani. And then we just wait for Potter McPot. I know I had a great race tonight as Potter. 13th position. And that is race 2 done. Race winner Ben Cosgrove. Well driven, sir. Well driven. Another good night of racing from Team Oliver Racing League. That's what we want. That's what we want. Some clean racing. Quack, quack for Bob. Let's give him a little quack, quack. So, what have we got coming up? Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, I am back with the P1 boys and the Mazda Touring Car League. We're still pushing the Archie's journey. Friday night, back with GTTCC. Nothing on Saturday night. That's also 9 o'clock Friday night. Nothing Saturday night, and then back Sunday night for 2 races. We've got the Tanso boys at 8 o'clock with the Ford Focus League. And then we jump straight into the 9 o'clock league with the P1 boys and their multi-class league. That's also pushing Archie's journey. Monday night, 8:30, we're back with the Tanso boys again and the Mini Cooper Cup. That's the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Tuesday night, back for round 4 of Clash of the Teams. I'm not sure lobbies are going to sort of reduce, I think teams are being eliminated. So at some point, it might get to the point where I'm not commentating over a league. I don't know. But that's Tuesday, 8 o'clock for round 3. Is it round 3? Round 4. Round 4 next week. And then back on Wednesday for round 7 of this Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. That's the lineup. Don't forget, I've got the old t-shirts and the stickers available. Have a little bit of a good look at those. You can always replay it and pause it and have a look yourselves and stuff. So yes, I've got the merch available. If you don't want to buy any merch, but you still want to help the channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation on there if you can. Fortunately, it's a minimum of $5 American. So you might be better off buying stickers. I don't know what it works out to. But yes, that is about it from me. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dart Smoker. I'm out of here.